Boom, Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode. Look who's in the big seat tonight. It's Cuddles.
I'm here.
You can't see her, but you can hear her. She'll be with us all episode long. Frankie C. dead, unfortunately. So
Yeah, who needs them?
and Janine's at the Met game. So we got a show though. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle out skis. We'll talk about it. Ron DeSantis travel agency starting up. Looks like it's going to be a successful business for him. Gisele Bündchen seen crying in New York City on the phone as her Tom Brady Gisele Bündchen drama continues. Phantom of the Opera is done. Pat Sajak done. A little bit of breaking news there. That wasn't supposed to be on this episode, and I didn't finish writing any of the other titles.
You're doing great today, babe.
But we got more stuff to talk about. We got an episode. This is going to be fun. Cuddles in the big seat. Let's do it. I have to start with a text message that I just received from JSabs, which, and again, everybody who knows this episode, knows the show, you'll know JSabs. I mean, she's JSabs, right? I mean,
yeah, everyone loves her.
She sent me this photograph, which let me make this bigger for everybody to see. She's at the Metropolitans game. That is Chris Christie. And she sent me that photograph with the question, guess the mayor.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't he a governor of
Yes.
New Jersey? Okay.
He was a governor.
Okay.
That's why we love JSabs. You gotta love her.
You have to.
How could you not love somebody who has such a wonderful moment like that? And oopsie, mislabels. Mislabels are good.
Governor, mayor. What's the difference?
What's the fucking difference? I mean, no, there is no difference, to be honest with you. All right, Cuddles, here we go. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are out. I was waiting for this moment. Turns out that they got an invitation to a pre-funeral reception at Buckingham Palace. And then, according to the Telegraph, that invitation was rescinded because they were not supposed to be invited. It is for royals only.
Wait,
Ouch.
so is he? That's wow. First of all, pre-gaming a funeral, that is awesome.
Gangster.
That is
Agree.
that is cool. They are that's awesome. Two, I thought I know he's like not an active royal, but isn't he still like a royal?
Yes, you're right. I should clarify. It's for working royals. He is no longer a working royal.
That is true. He's not working. Okay. I still can't get over that they were like pre-gaming before a funeral. Why haven't we done this before?
I don't know. We should get fucked up a little bit more before funerals. I agree with that.
I think that's one of the times in your life when you really need to.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Okay.
There's only one way to. We did go to one funeral. It was very sad circumstances. And the person was involved in the alcohol industry, and everybody was drinking in the parking lot. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was a very sad one because it was like a child, not a child, but like a teenager. But still, awesome.
But I did appreciate the involvement of alcohol. I thought it was a pretty,
it kind of like calmed everyone down. Big props to King Charlie.
Well, that motherfucker. I mean, that guy. He's going to be drunk his whole run. I don't think he's going to be able to pull much off that guy.
I know, but isn't he like 90?
Yeah, he's pretty old. He's 70.
So, like, if he's taking like pills for his, I'm not wishing like, for his heart or blood pressure, the normal things that like senior citizens have to take for. Should he be drinking? Or is it like their pre-game? It's like the young ones. It's like Will and Catherine and like Zara and Sophie. Like, it's like the younger, they're pre-gaming and like talking shit about Harry and Meghan.
I think these guys all have a little nip around 4:00 every day. Oh wait, hold on a second, Cuddles. Look at this. We got.
Hey guys,
What's up?
what's happening?
Uncle
Cuddles.
Frankie, what are you doing?
Hey.
We're walking the dog. We just got
Oh.
back from a family dinner, and we thought it was going to go all night, and we're home.
What family dinner? Whose family? Your family or your wife's family?
My family.
Those never go all night. What are you, crazy?
That's kind of true. So we're out here walking the dog. I sorry to interrupt the Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are out.
No, like you
Headline.
gotta get. What do you think? They were pre-gaming a funeral.
That's hey, everybody grieves in their own way. What did they do?
No, I
They
think
were out
that's
at a bar or something?
awesome. I think
No,
that's
it was a
awesome.
pre-funeral reception.
Oh,
That's
okay.
pre-gaming. That's pre-gaming. That's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna have something to drink.
Yeah, get
So I can
loaded.
do-
What the hell?
See,
Now, Frank, I see you walking by white picket fences. Are you no longer in your neighborhood? Because I know you live in an awful area.
This is the lone white picket fence. Every other house is abandoned or on fire at the moment. So we have one picket fence we all kind of gravitate towards.
Now, let me ask you a question. You being in a very poor area, are you excited at the potential to hop on a plane and head to Martha's Vineyard on Ron DeSantis' air?
Why am I doing that?
Well, just because he's sending people over to Martha's Vineyard.
Oh.
I almost said to Martha Stewart.
he's flying them there,
He's
like
a
not
dick.
for nothing.
He's a
here's
giant dick.
here's the thing, though. You call him a dick, but
Yes, I do.
you don't have to pay extra to sit together with your wife. Okay, everybody is all together.
Yeah, okay, but maybe tell the people that you're sending them to, give them the heads. Hey, we're sending you some people, or tell the people that are on the plane, hey, you're going to Martha's Vineyard. This is what to expect. He just put them on a plane and sent them. And he thought this was some big political move. Oh, brilliant political move! I'm gonna get the Democrats, and then the real Christian move that he did there. Back to those Christian values he's preaching so much of.
Hang on.
Is this the only way that I'm going to get to Martha's Vineyard, Anthony? Because I've been asking you, do I have to go to Florida to go to Martha's Vineyard? Is this
That
what we
seems
need
like
to do?
Yeah,
kind of a roundabout way.
if you want to get to
Okay.
Martha's Vineyard, you better start repeating, learning this phrase. No habla inglés. 'Cause that's the only way you're getting there.
That's
Okay.
messed up. No, but
Now, listen.
Ron DeSantis is a dick.
What's messed up, really? What Ron's doing, or when you
Yes.
show up at the plane and they're like, you have a bag that's going to be $20. Also, if you want to sit with your loved ones, that's going to be another $10.
Yes, again.
Because
Both
I
are
say
equal.
it's Frontier and Southwest Airlines that are the problem, but you disagree.
I say it's a lot of column A, a little of column B. That's my take on it. Well, I'm gonna own the libs. We're gonna get them, and then they show up in Martha's Vineyard, and everybody's welcoming them with open arms. And it's like, here we go, come on in, we got you. Ron DeSantis doesn't want to have you, but we've got you. See those are the Christian values. That's kicking them out of the state and saying we don't want you here. That's not the Christian values.
But I do think that he proved one point, is that Martha's Vineyard called like this big catastrophic thing, like, oh, we have 50 people, we can't do this. If they can't accommodate 50, what's to say that like all these other states down south that are taking in all of the people can accommodate thousands upon thousands of people? So isn't it kind of like showing like, hey, look what we're going through?
They were able to accommodate them, but they weren't. They were giving zero heads up.
That's messed up. That is messed up. Like, hey, Martha's Vineyard, like, we got a plane
Hey, we're
coming
sending
in
you some people. You're a sanctuary city. Here you go. Yeah, we're sending you people, which I feel like every city should be a sanctuary city, but that's another topic. But this is Ron
the heads
DeSantis.
up part is
There's no heads up. We're sending you to Boston. It was cruel. We're sending you a place you've never been, just so I can score political points with my base and own the libs. It's like, no, you're an idiot. the libs took them in with open arms and with no heads up, no warning, and it totally blew up in his face.
To be fair, he was blasting the Dropkick Murphy "I'm shipping up to Boston" song as they were getting on the plane.
See, that's misleading right there.
That's close enough.
You dick.
Well, and Frank, you drop out whenever you need to here. I don't want to keep you, but so when I first heard about this, I thought,
to get rid of me?
No, not at all. I love you to stay on.
Right.
I thought, oh wow, it's a pretty clever move, right? And again, this was Abbott's thing too, right? Abbott's got all the people coming across the border in Texas, so he's shipping people up to New York.
Another dick. Go ahead.
So I thought it was a clever thing to do. Like it's a clever, like if he was in a speech or if he was in a debate and he was like, "How would you like it if I sent people up to your place?" I'd be like, "Ooh, burn." To actually send the people is a little.
Yeah,
it's not clever. It's not a burn.
You don't think that's clever?
No, because number one, you're using these are people. These are not, Well,
no, that's what I'm saying. If he said it in a speech, like, "How would you like it if I sent these people to you?" That's a clever little burn. If he didn't actually send the people.
No, I think because that's what sanctuary cities are. That they take in people. That's the point.
Yeah, but you don't see the irony of the situation where all the sanctuary cities are far away from where the actual migration is taking place.
Well, that's because Texas is a big red state, and all the southern states are big red states. And if they were, sanctuary cities, then maybe they could house these people and then make it livable and be decent human beings, but they're not.
Hey, listen, if these
He
states...
sounded like he was going to say something amazing just then.
Well, listen, if New York is a sanctuary city, Massachusetts is state. Listen, put your money behind your mouth, get some planes down there and bring people the right way, not just expect the other states to do it. States that aren't sanctuary states.
Well, I think that's what's interesting. That's what's interesting about it all, and that's kind of the conversation that he spurred. Well, let me drop this in too before we get into.
Let me just run. I just have to run to my. I'm gonna run downstairs to my spot.
Okay, good.
Okay. The man cave.
Man cave broadcast. So this is what I found interesting too. Again, when I first heard the move, I was like, oh, that's really it's very clever. I mean, despite what Frank says, it's
Hot
very
Wheels.
Clever.
Listen, Hot Wheels over there it's clever. It is.
It's very clever. And by the way, I'm appreciative, taking out of the human factor of this for a second, ignoring that. I'm very appreciative of all the memes that have come subsequently from this political move.
It has. TikTok is on fire.
Everybody's talking about it. Yeah. But here's what I have an issue with. And maybe people didn't hear this if they didn't, go beyond the headline. When I heard Governor Ron Desantis of Florida shipped a bunch of immigrants up to Martha's Vineyard, I was like, oh, interesting. Thinking that he took them from Florida. But he didn't. He took them from Texas. So basically,
I laughed, honestly.
Yeah, but don't you think it's cheap? It's cheesy because, if he did it from Florida, I'd be like, okay, I get it.
It's directly affecting him, but it's not. It's Texas that's being affected more than anyone.
Exactly, and I think a lot of people took issue with that, where it's like, who the hell are you? Like, Abbott's already been doing this. He's been bussing people up. The governor of Texas.
Yeah, but did you see? Yeah, he got involved. But did you see? Is it the mayor of DC, what she was saying, that she doesn't have the infrastructure to handle the bus? Like, put your money behind your mouth. You want to help everyone that comes across, and we should have an open border. Put your money behind your mouth and help these people, and don't expect, because it's not affecting her, because again, she's not a border city. So she doesn't have to deal with that. Well, you know what? Everyone has to deal with it now. Not just the borders, but everyone. Get on board.
Cheap political ploy move. Okay. but he is pointing out the hypocrisy of our
Yes.
system, which is just what you're
Yes,
just saying.
there might be some better ways that DeSantis and Hot Wheels can like do things.
Wait,
But
who's Hot
like,
Wheels? Is that Abbott? Are you talking?
yeah, Hot Wheels. I call him Hot Wheels.
Hot
Dear
Wheels.
Lord.
That Abbott, I call him Hot Wheels.
He's a
Wait,
dick
I
too.
feel weird, Frank. I gotta move you into the spot. Okay, now that's but yeah, so I thought that was a little like, you lose a little credibility when you're taking people from another state because that now here's the thing. Now you're just nosing into somebody else's business. A, B, you're taking his bit. This is like a comic doing somebody else's joke. You know, being like, oh, I came up with a funnier tagline for this joke, so I'm gonna do this joke now when I go on tour, and you can't do it. It's like the Abbott's been doing this already. So I thought that was a little cheap. The other thing that DeSantis is catching some criticism on is so I get picking an affluent area like Martha's Vineyard. I keep almost saying Martha Stewart, but Massachusetts has a Republican governor, so he's up there going, "What the fuck, man? Like I'm on your side, you know? Why is shit? Why I have to deal with this now?
Yeah,
You know? I mean, he
that
didn't
is a
send
weird
it to
place.
He didn't send him to New York or somewhere where there's a Democratic, governor.
No, that's
which,
because,
by the way, let me just say, if it was coming to New York, it'd be coming right to our house because we are right by the Hamptons. Where do you think DeSantis had circled on his map next if Martha's Vineyard didn't work out?
the Hamptons.
Yeah, in fact, that's probably the better move because you got the Democratic governor and you got the affluent area.
I'm telling you, it's a bullshit thing. It's cruel, is what it is. It's using people. These are people, and using them as political tools, and it's shipping them to places they don't even know where they're going. They get there, they have no idea if they're gonna have a place to stay, and then they go, oh, how do you like it? And then Martha's Vineyard, the people of Martha's Vineyard are like, yeah, fine, we love it. They brought him in, they gave him food, they gave him shelter, and that's the way it should be. Not get the fuck out of here, we don't need you. That's not the Christian values that these guys are preaching. So,
well, okay, so a couple things there. One, here's a fucked up part. They didn't even tell them where they were going.
No,
they were like, just get on the plane.
Just get on a plane.
That's got to be scary.
When you get there.
Yeah, that's got to be weird for those people.
All the shit that they've been through so far, it's like, can you like maybe have a fucking heart for these people? I mean, these guys, these people are obviously.
But isn't he having a heart? Like, isn't he having a heart? Like, he's sending them to one of the sanctuary cities. He's not. They don't have a sanctuary thing. It's kind of.
So you're the governor. Set up a sanctuary thing.
Well, can I just say this too? This is a good time to pause here and just say, this whole illegal immigration thing is so fucked from every single angle, and it's been bad through Democrat and Republican presidents. Nobody has been willing to fix it because illegal immigration keeps labor prices down, and that's what all these rich fucks who run our government are interested in. So they'll never stop this. They never want to really stop it because it's, it makes them all richer. So let me just say that. That being said, it was also a dick move too, because if DeSantis knew that he wanted to do this, he knew they were going to wind up at Cape Cod anyway. It's not like Cape Cod's no Martha's Vineyard, but it's not nothing. He could have just sent him to Cape Cod. Yeah. I don't know why I get why he did it. It was for the publicity and everything else, which he's obviously getting. Here's the other thing too. And Cuddles, I think, pointed this out before. 125 National Guards people to handle 50 illegal immigrants.
That doesn't make much sense.
2 per immigrant. That seems a bit much.
And you want to know how white Martha's Vineyard is? They had to get students from Martha's Vineyard Regional High School AP Spanish class to help them. That's how white Martha's Vineyard is.
That's a white ass area.
That is that is like 0.5% of people who live somewhere or own a house in Martha's Vineyard were born outside of our country. So it's all waspy, lived here for a very long time. Your ancestors came over
Yeah, and
That's
There's
who's there.
wasps too. God, I hope there's not yellow
Oh
jackets and
God,
bees.
I knew
what
he
about
was
those
going to
killer
say
bees?
that.
Remember them?
I knew
Where'd they
this was
go?
coming.
So yeah, so fine. They sent them. These people that were there to accept the plane loads of people have, they may not speak the language. They may not know that anybody was coming. They had to literally turn away. I read that they turned away volunteers because they had too many people. So it's just they're just the
That's one bright
overwhelming.
thing.
Yeah, the overwhelming. We got this from the left, as opposed to the overwhelming. We don't want this from the right. Is just staggering. It's like,
Yeah, but okay, hold on. Don't
no,
you think
what?
it's easy? It's easy the first time around when there's just 50. Try when there's like 50 coming in every single day. That's a different story. It's what
Well,
I'm saying?
you're set up to if
Hold
put
on.
it this way.
Carol's thing is so big it's blocking Cuddle's face.
What's that thing? Too long won't read or something. Here's my problem. If
Okay.
DeSantis had set up Florida as a sanctuary state and was taking people in and doing the best he could and saying, all right, and then called up Martha's Vineyard or whoever and said, can you handle some people? We need some help. That would have been the move. That's great. Love it. But it's no, we're not a sanctuary city. These people could fuck off, and I'm not telling you where you. So that's what it came down to.
I hate to do this to you, Frank, but I got a little mic
I
interference
hate
coming in. I'm sorry,
right.
bud.
All right.
I'm sorry. I would love it if DeSantis would say, these people can fuck off in a Stunt
He's not
speech.
going to say that,
That'd be
but
great.
again, he's dealing with a problem, and New York City's mayor said we can't accept all these people. We can't handle it in our schools. You're a sanctuary city. You're a sanctuary state.
Wait, hold on.
There's no saying that.
I'm going to remove you for 1 second. Just hang tight. I just want to point out how big Carol's comment is that I could actually, it reaches me. I could pet Carol's comment.
Ah, that's adorable.
All right. Carol says the Fed's been flying these people all over the country for the last 18 months. And now it's a problem. Your wife is right, Anthony. First of all, Carol, my wife is always right. Okay. I know exactly where I stand.
Smart man.
Continuing. Biden is the incompetent hypocrite here. Is that how you spell hypocrite? I think it is. He's in charge of protecting our borders and our citizens, and he's more worried about these people who he doesn't even know what their background is. Until he finds a solution for all these people, it should be stopped. I've heard a lot of this, and it's actually true. And I'm not saying that. I think it's two separate things. So, but it is hypocritical. So here's the story with this. And Jen Psaki confirmed this before she left back in October or December of 2021. And this is what everybody's going to tell you about the midnight flights to Westchester and all that. So the government is legally obligated to reconnect children with relatives, parents, whatever they can do. So the government has literally been flying people across the country, a lot of them into New York, Westchester, to reconnect those people.
Great.
That being said, I mean, if you're going to take it at face value, that's what it is. But a lot of people have been saying, and we've seen some photos and videos of, there's been like 20-year-old dudes that are walking off these fucking planes. And, there's no obligation to take care of these people. So I'm not sure what exactly is happening.
No. If there's people, these are people. They're not. It doesn't matter how old they are. These are human beings. They're coming here. They're here now. You have to deal with it. That's the thing. Let's say we have sanctuary cities, sanctuary states. Let's say, for example, hypothetical, that all the southern states were sanctuary states, or let's say, in a perfect world, every state was a sanctuary state. Then we could spread it out a little bit and help each other out and say, all right, if Florida gets overwhelmed, you could move some people this way, that way, the other way. But to just throw them on a plane, send them to God knows where they're going, and then use it as let's see how they like it, use it as a political tool, that's just a bunch of bullshit.
But you can't have what you're talking about, because that's just wide open borders. You just can't.
No.
You can't. We're not set up
that doesn't exist.
Okay, here's
It's
the
not
issue.
wide open borders. That's not what I'm saying.
here's the issue. What you're saying, we're talking about being a refuge and giving people asylum versus just letting people run roughshod over.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not just saying just open the doors and let everybody run in. No, I'm saying if people are coming in, they're here, so now you have to deal with them. If they can come in and we could deal with them, and like my ideal, again, I'm not gonna pretend to be able to solve a huge problem, like this, but one thing I think we should do, instead of the bullshit wall to keep everybody out, every 2 miles along the border, there's a building that people come to, and it's an immigration building, just like
Building every 2 miles.
Yeah, what is that? It's 2,000 miles. So you're talking about a thousand buildings. That's not impossible for a government to build 1,000 buildings.
1,000 buildings and man these buildings. That's a lot of work,
Yeah.
my
Frank,
friends.
I love you. You have such a heart.
You have
want
a
to
kind
help
heart.
he
What's
just wants to
what's the difference
take care
between
of everyone.
But what's the difference between that and building a stupid $25 billion wall? In this case, you're giving people permanent jobs.
It's not a bad point.
You're filling these buildings with people that'll work now, and now you're bringing people in and processing them the correct way, and maybe setting them up in places where they could live. That's instead of building a wall and saying "fuck you, turn around," it's saying, "Hey, welcome. Let's set you up the right way." That's what I'm saying.
I never thought the wall was going to work. I always thought fix the Mexican economy, figure that out, and then you'll solve most of those problems.
Just you got to take down the cartels, and that's going to be impossible. They run that country. As much as we would like to say that there's a Mexican, president and no, it's the cartels. They run that country.
You know who we should talk to about this? What the fuck was that guy's name, D, that I used to have on all the time on the old show? Remember, he started like this whole Dennis Michael. What was fuck was his name?
His name was Dennis.
Was it Dennis? It was Dennis Michael something.
Yes.
I used to talk to this guy all the time. I had him on the show, and he used to make movies. He used to put movies out and everything. And he used to go down there. He got chased by the cartel once and shit. He made some interesting. I have to find out if I still have his fucking number.
The one from the baseball game?
No.
What?
The one
that was a different one.
It was a different one.
Why'd you bring him up? What's his deal?
Well, he's like an expert on immigration. He's on top of all this crazy stuff.
That would be cool. We'll get him on.
Yeah, we should. And he does this now too. So it would be fun to do a little bit of a fun little crossover thing with him. Let's see if we could do that. His name will come to me. Anyway, I have to point this out too, because again, nobody's talking about this, right? So everybody made such a huge stink at how much Ron DeSantis is standing up for the Floridians, right? They're going on and on about how he's standing up for Floridians. Meanwhile, nobody's talking about the fact that he fucking used Florida tax money to fly illegal immigrants out of Texas to fucking Martha's Vineyard for his own political gain. I mean, this was the most he accomplished here. They
love him in Florida.
They are loving him, but they are deaf to the fact that they fucking paid for that flight today, and it's to get him elected president.
I don't understand. What are they voting for him for? Why? I would love for someone, a DeSantis fan, to tell me why they like him.
Well, he's a conservative.
Fine.
Can I tell you why I like him?
Why?
He's a conservative whose name doesn't end in ump.
True.
Yeah, but
facts.
I think the Democrats should start having a lot more respect for him.
No, I don't think that's true.
Do you want to stay under the disillusion that the Democrats can win the next election? Because I think that's dangerous.
I think they can.
I think that's dangerous.
With the shit they pulled with Roe, they could win the next election.
I don't know. I think it's dangerous because the last time the Democrats thought that, Hillary Clinton fucking lost.
They have to be very, very careful.
Well, that was a big fucking Comey thing.
Jack me off. Florida is full of idiots. Seriously, I feel like that's a shot at my parents. My parents are down there. Jack me off. You know that.
I don't see him taking that comment back though.
So that's not nice.
Floridians voted to give him the money for that specifically, is my understanding. I don't think they could have had a vote that fast.
I don't think so, but
Yeah.
I like Jack Me Off's next comment.
I like how Frank looks gigantic and Ange looks tiny. Well, the star's got to have his, he's got to have his screen space.
Listen, I have my demands. It's in my contract.
It's in Frank's contract. He gets 40% more screen than I do.
Talk to my agent. She's upstairs.
I would love to tell you, Aunt, but my thread would be too long.
Tell you what.
Give me a preview of it, Carol, and we'll decide if we need to continue.
Give us sentence 1 of that thread.
No, listen, again, I think what he did was clever. And listen, he pointed out the hypocrisy of this situation, which is flooded with hypocrisy. And he's getting a lot of publicity for it. So, end of the day, it's a win-win for him. He don't give a shit about these immigrants. And let's be honest, nobody does. I mean, from the Democrats, the Republicans.
What are you talking about? Everything you just said.
Me.
That whole last little rant you just went on was all bullshit, by the way. I love you, but number one, it wasn't clever. It was really dumb, and it backfired in his face.
I feel like I'm in Billy Madison.
It did, and everything you said, we were all dumber for having heard it. No, everything. I mean, people care about my immigrants, and some people don't. Fine,
do they?
But there are people that actually do.
Wait, are they the same people that still care about the Ukraine war?
Is that still going on?
The Ukrainians are
hard to tell.
Oh, okay.
The Ukrainians are actually winning. They're pushing back.
That's what they say. They're actually starting to win some things. And what's funny is nobody gives a shit. That's what's hysterical.
I give a shit.
Point me towards one organization or company that's still raising money for the Ukrainians.
Our federal government.
Besides them.
It's a big one.
I rest my case.
I can't think of them off my top of my head, but I'm sure they're out there.
Listen, if I saw an immigrant on the road and the guy was fucking hungry or whatever, of course I'd take him for a burger.
So then what are you talking
about? You lying sack of shit. You know you wouldn't. Stop fucking lying.
That's a lie because I'm always in the mood for a burger. So I'll be like, let's go get some burgers. You know what? Make it 2. What do you want? Yeah, you know what? Make it 2. Well, who's going to eat alone? That's not polite.
My whole point is I don't understand why taking care of people and looking out for fellow human beings is such a radical, out there idea.
Well, because
why did that become political?
Because you said
everything nowadays is political, and that's the sad part.
True, very true.
Yeah,
you said
you can't do anything without it being turned into something political.
Yeah, but when you're, the country built on immigration, and we welcome people, and we're like, oh yeah, we're the melting pot.
Okay,
and then we're like, no,
that's a great question. This is Janie writes, how many homeless do we see every day? Now, I don't want to out you here, Frank, but Frank spends a lot of time working in New York City. I know there are a lot of homeless people.
There are a lot of homeless people. Not all of them, from what I can't tell, but I don't know how many of them are immigrants. I see a lot of.
That's not the point. That's not my point. If they're immigrants or not.
Border.
That's not my point.
What's your point?
My point is that you, like and I'm not making this to make you feel bad, but
So we've reached our limit. 375 million. That's our, or whatever the number is.
No, but I think
can't have
as a country now, we're not in the best position.
We're
never in the best position. We have a really big mental illness and homeless problem that a lot of people don't want to acknowledge. No, we don't. We do. And it has to be addressed. It has to be taken care of.
Until she said homeless, I thought she was talking about me. I really did. I'm so happy you said homeless.
Keep making your stupid jokes, Anthony, and you will be homeless.
We've had that problem. That's good. That's good. All right, I'm going to jump out for a second.
Okay, good. I will make it. I'll wait for you to come back.
There's a big problem, and it needs to be. We need to take care of that, and we can't because there's money being put elsewhere when it should go to helping the homeless. And there's a mental epidemic, not only just in general because of drugs, but because of COVID and the lockdowns, a lot of people it affected in a very bad way. And we have an epidemic of that. And I feel that it's sad.
Well, we've had a homeless situation for as long as we've been around. Like, how many decades? Homeless.
Yes.
There's always going to be homeless. You know, it's an ongoing problem that there's no solving it in the near future. I don't think. I wish there was, but you know, just because we're bringing in new people doesn't mean they're just going to instantly be homeless.
No.
You're bringing in people that will work, and if you will provide for their families and will add to the community. I mean, if you're bringing them in, you make them citizens. Now they're part of the society. They're going to contribute. I mean, I don't understand why just sealing us off from the rest of the world is good.
We can't do that. We can't. But let's be real when we say that bringing a lot in is also going to put a very big, I hate to use the word burden, but it comes with a price to help them acclimate and to start a life here. It is the one majority, if not all, do not speak English. So now we have to get people to help them or to help us translate. I see it every day in the school that I'm in.
Well, I think,
and that's a hard part. You have to. They need services. They need medical. They need it's not. I hate that word burden, but I don't know how else to describe what it can do
hold
to our
on.
system.
Let me stop everybody. They are a burden to the system, and
they're not a burden.
No, let me explain why. An illegal immigrant by definition is a burden, and what I mean by that is they're not paying into the system and they're taking resources out. And let me also take a moment to say this too. I think this issue, like abortion, I think most Americans are on the same page. If we're going to take people in, let them come in legally, let them pay their way into the system, taxes and all that stuff, and then they can enjoy all the things that they want. But the problem is, much like abortion, you got the two sides fighting over it because they don't really want to fix this problem. Like I said, they want to keep this problem happening because it keeps wages down. Because you have people that will come in and do the work for far less, right? Well, so I think most of us are on the same page here, where I don't think, Frank, to your point, we would mind people coming in. It's just you got to pay the taxes so then you could use the bridges, the schools, the healthcare, so on and so forth.
Well, my other point is that when you bring in more people, I'm not saying open the doors and let illegal immigration.
First of all, Ant wanted to order nachos before the show started. He's like, we should DoorDash dinner. He's like, because neither of us are going to cook.
Nachos are always good.
Let's get nachos for the homeless tent here.
We gotta have
for
nachos.
The table. For the table. Everyone, I'm doing the hand right now, the Frank hand. For the table.
You gotta do one of these circular
for the tent.
Now, my point is not to just open the doors and say, everybody go ahead, do what you're gonna do. My point is when you bring people in, set them up in the right way, make them citizens, and say, all right, now you're part of society. Now you're contributing. You know, and it's you're not just bringing in. You're bringing in all. You know, if you're bringing in 1,000 people, you got some doctors in there. You got some, people that work manual labor. You got, whoever is going to come in. People that are going to go to school. It's not. You're not just. We're adding to the population every day. We could add legal immigration to it as well. I don't understand why we can't set up along the border like we did, like Ellis Island. We just have 1,000 Ellis Islands along the border and just have
let me speak to that.
I get that. I it's not a bad idea. I think it's just a large undertaking, but I get that.
It sure is a large undertaking.
But then it's like, where do you set the limit? Like, what's the number of can come in daily, can come in monthly, can come in yearly? Like, do we even know that?
I don't know if we know that, but I don't have all the answers, but I think that's a start.
I think you're trying to solve the problem better than a lot of the people that we've elected to solve that problem.
Good point.
Thank you.
Can I say something to your point, though, Frank?
No.
It's not fair because you're not taking this into account, and I think most people aren't. Okay, we're talking about people coming in from Mexico. What about people coming in from India? What about people coming in from Africa? What about people coming in from Russia, Yugoslavia? They can't just walk across the border. They have to do it the right way. They have no choice. That's the only way that they can do it.
People come in through. That's not the only way, because a lot of the illegal immigration
across the Atlantic.
A lot of the illegal immigration coming from south of the border is people come in on flights. It's not. They did this when Trump was talking about his bullshit wall. They brought up the stats saying most illegal immigration does not come from people walking across the border. Most illegal immigration happens when people fly in and overstay their visas, and they're just here now. So
their work visas and their visas to study.
Right. So people, that's the way it happens. They fly in, they're on some kind of whatever visas they're doing, study, work, whatever it is, and they just stay afterwards.
Well, let me ask you this: do you think if we put them on MasterCards, it would be better?
Yeah, as long as it's not Discover. We're good as long as it's not Discover.
Do you see now what I have to deal with on a daily basis?
American Express. See, that means you're like halfway there.
I get it. Right.
It's the Express to America.
I like that one.
I don't know. I think there's a better way to solve this than what these assholes are doing right now. Playing games with people is not the way to solve it.
Yeah, it's funny that nobody really seems to. I mean, people do give a shit, some people, but for the most part, people are just applauding the rights. For certainly, it's just Geraldo was the only one that was kind of like, "Hey, what about the people involved here?" And everybody was like, "Boo, yeah. Geraldo, get off Fox News."
I mean, I saw people. It was trending. I don't know if it was trending, but a lot of people were saying, "What's it called? He's a human trafficker. He's just trafficking people." It may not be for. It's for political, so it's not like for sex or drugs or anything. But it's human. He's throwing people on a plane and sending them places, and they don't know. They don't know where they're going or what they're doing. It's an extreme example, but what I'm thinking is these are people that are confused. They don't know where they're being sent, and you're playing a game with them. And it's like, grow the fuck up. What are you doing? These are real people with real lives, and you're fucking them up. That's not the way to run a state, let alone a country. So stop playing games. Stop fucking around.
I know you say that, but at the same time, you walk past all the same homeless people that I walk past and everybody else walks past in New York. What's the difference?
What does that have to do with illegal or legal immigration? What does the homeless thing have to do with immigration? Tell me why they're related.
I think it's the same. We're still just ignoring fucking people that need help. Same thing, same shit.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a whole. But I think those are two situations in the country. We could focus. We could do more than one thing at a time. Is what I'm saying. I have my phone.
I don't know. We got a lot of stupid.
I don't know about that. I don't know about.
Am I jumping out?
Yeah, you can jump out. I had to take Cuddles out because she put her camera on by accident. I don't know what she's doing. Turn your camera.
Put me back in. Okay, I'm sorry. I went to go get another drink. I'm sorry. Did you see anything?
We saw you for a split second. A split second.
I don't like. Hold on. Let me mute so I can open my high noon.
No, you open that on the thing. Let's hear the crack.
Cuddles did it.
Cuddles is in the bag.
Cracking?
She's high noons. She's putting it on today. Just do the unplug plug, Frank, on this one.
I hate you.
Sorry, buddy. I know why Frank's having some technical issues that are clearly not his fault, but I think the government is trying to silence him. I think it's Ron DeSantis, to be totally honest with you. If I could be 100% honest, I blame Ron DeSantis.
You're a shit stirrer.
And I love people that are like, oh, just, why can't you have him in your house? I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying everybody should open their doors and let people sleep in their beds. That's not what's happening. That's not even close to a reasonable argument either. It's our country is not the same thing as our house. You don't let strangers in your house. You're not gonna. It's a country. It's not your house. So enough with that.
Somebody earlier said that you should give homeless people your job.
That
Not be having
doesn't
homeless people
make any sense either. But okay,
say
just give them my job so I don't have a job. Okay,
yeah,
that makes lots of sense.
What
does that even mean?
I don't know. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. It was good. I just said somebody said it.
Okay.
Are we ready to move on to the next? Let's talk about homeless Tom Brady, because I think his ass is on the way out, to be totally honest with you.
Is he out?
Well, here's the thing. So to catch everybody up on the drama, Tom Brady, again, unretires once Tampa fired their coach, which he wanted to do. He couldn't stand the coach. Then he goes back into the game, and now he's at training camp a few weeks ago, and he leaves training camp for 10 days. A lot of people speculating on what's going on, and then the rumors start flying that him and Gisele are having marriage problems. Now, she's on the record, and an article came out this Tuesday in Elle or Vogue or Vogel, where she said that she wants him to be around more. She's worried that his brain's going to become scrambled eggs. Well,
is he still playing or is he not playing?
Yeah, he's playing, but he like I said, he vanished from training camp for 10 days. Nobody asked any questions. No, the team didn't say shit. He's not answering, not saying anything.
Well, that's gonna be.
We get these paparazzi. Well, he got he got permission.
Oh.
But now we got these paparazzi shots of her running around New York City, and she's on the phone yesterday crying her eyes out, and people said they saw her walk by just hysterical crying on the phone.
But didn't he say he was retiring to be around his children, his oldest son? It's important for him. That's why he stayed on the East Coast.
I think then
because of his son.
I think then he hung out with his son and went, all right, this is fucking terrible. I'm playing pool again.
Kids, because crotch goblins are horrible.
They don't sound good, especially with that name.
That's what they are.
I mean, hey, listen, the guy, one of the best cheaters in football. So that's he's got. Why would he walk away from that?
You are just taking all kinds of shots tonight.
I love it. I was at a family party tonight. I'm just
you got a couple in you? You got a couple. You had a couple of drinks?
No drinks. Actually, no drinks. I'm just.
How did you deal with your family with no drinks?
I don't know. That's a good question. I was the designated driver. So.
I love this. By the way, can I just say this, Carol? I appreciate we all need to educate Frank a little bit. I appreciate your comments, but I love when people go, "There's 10,000 people. There's 20,000." Nobody has any fucking clue how many people. I think there's
thousands of people.
I think it's a lot, but nobody has any idea really what's going on here. And again, I would love to take the politicism out of this issue, because during Trump's administration, during Obama's administration, during Bush's administration, they were everybody was running over that border. It's never stopped.
Also, what was the point of that? Doesn't answer anything that I've said. That doesn't address. Yeah. Okay. So if people are coming in, what does that have to do with what I was saying about, number one, sanctuary cities, number two, setting up a legal immigration system along the border, and also making. I mean, there was someone in the comments before that was saying, where are we going to put all these people? I don't know if you've seen America. It's pretty fucking big.
I had an idea. Can you hear me for a second? I had an idea. We just cut out a chunk of one of them square states over before you hit California.
Uh-huh.
Hey, just build a town.
You mean like Nevada?
Let's start.
Nevada, Utah, New Mexico. New Mexico, Vadata. You take a part of that.
Maybe not the desert stuff. That's like unlivable most of it.
Well, Vegas. Look how much Vegas is thriving right in the middle of the fucking desert. It's not a big deal. And you go like this. All right, good news, everybody. You get all your little you build a city, build a life, figure it out.
Yeah,
you'd be good. Throw them taxes in, elect an official, get a representative, make it happen.
What's so difficult? I get it. Like you
guys will be good.
Oh no, but there's so much. America's pretty fucking big. We could fit more. It's not like we're spilling out into the ocean. We'll be fine space wise.
Did you know that you could fit Hawaii and Texas in America? Like that's like most of America. Hawaii.
What?
No, Alaska. Sorry, not Hawaii.
Alaska's pretty.
Am I the only one who gets those two confused?
Yes. Yes, you.
Like I know what they look like. I'm not a total moron, but I'll do what I just did where I'm trying to talk about Alaska and I wind up saying something like
you're not a
Hawaii.
total. You're not total, but you're like getting there.
I'm a close to total moron.
Yes, exactly.
3/4 of a moron I'm willing to accept. Let's get back to Christine's hot take here. Gisele initiated this drama. That is a hot take. Please, Christine, explain yourself.
Okay, I have a comment. Do you remember the Super Bowl where the Patriots lost and she went on this whole crying rampage as she was coming? I think they lost to the Giants in that one, and she came out crying in this whole rampage. Like she is like, I don't even know. Like she's like Mahomes' wife, who we just can't stand. Just shut up. Like I remember that
Mahomes is girlfriend there. She's a trainer.
That one looks like she's swinging from the ugly tree, but that's a whole other story. I
can't
stand her.
They were at the basketball game.
Yes.
Giving like weird faces or
something. Yeah,
something.
and she said, "Oh, Patrick said I have to stop with my the resting bitch face or the bitch face." It's like you can't stop because your face is just you look like that. But go ahead. All right, but yes, do you remember that? Like
I do remember that.
Gisele was like. She was like, oh, he can't do this by himself, like totally dogging the team. He was still a Patriot. Like, I remember this. And it was just like, everyone said, like, you just need to stop. Like, you can't do those things. I understand, like, like your emotions and everything, but like, she was just bringing down the whole team.
Erin has it. She said, it doesn't matter how he throws the ball if no one will catch it.
Yeah. Like, she was just, it's just like.
That's what Gisele said?
Yeah,
after they lost the Super Bowl.
Big shot at the team.
Huge shot at the team. Yeah, huge shot at the team.
Messed up.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, I don't know. He's retired. He's unretired. He's retired. He's unretired. He's like.
Here's the thing, though. He's done it all. Does he need to fucking? What is he doing right now? I'm on Gisele's side.
You can't give it up. You can't give it up.
Once give it up. Yeah. He's the greatest quarterback. He is the greatest quarterback who has ever played. He left. He did, but there's nothing. Everybody was like, is it Belichick or is it Brady? Is it Belichick or is it Brady? Well, guess what? He left Belichick and he still won without Belichick. So clearly it was Brady, and Belichick has been in the dumper ever since. So I'm sorry. There is nothing left for this fucking guy to prove. He's just pissing away his marriage. I don't know what the fuck he's doing. I'm on Team Gisele. She's right.
He loves it. It's like football is his life.
Listen, I understand that. I get it. But it's not like he's not allowed to be involved in the sport whatsoever. He signed this $1 trillion deal to broadcast the games whenever the hell he feels like retiring. He retires, signed this contract, then he goes, I'm going to go back and play. And Fox or whoever he signed it with, ESPN, I forget. They go, all right, no problem. It's you'll get paid whenever you're done. We'll be here to pay you for the fucking thing. So he's still like, what? I don't know what he's doing. I'm telling you, she's right. And she may have even cursed him. He is going to fucking take a hit in week 3 and he's going to be fucking drooling and eating soup sandwiches for the rest of his life.
Don't say that.
It's one of those, if you're the best at something, it's like, why would you stop? You feel it's everybody on the outside is going to say you should stop, you should quit while you're ahead. But when you're good at something, you want to keep doing it.
I agree. Listen, people have been screaming this guy should retire for the longest time. The first time he didn't win a Super Bowl, people were like, "Oh, this guy should retire." I'm not talking about people. This is his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time. It's time. Like, here's the thing too about athletes and people in the spotlight in general, and what people don't understand. The whole world revolves around you. I mean, and I feel this to a degree sometimes too, and I feel bad about it. people sacrifice, the kids don't go to this thing, and then your wife doesn't go to that event, or this, whatever it is, because you have a game, you have practice. And by the way, it's been this way his entire life, because before his wife and kids, it was his mom and his siblings and his cousins, and everybody sacrificed so that Tom could live out his dream. And you know what? He lived it to the fullest, and he did everything. There's nothing left for him to accomplish. When that time comes, when your wife is like, I think I would like to have you around more, you go, I think I got one more year left in me, but if this is what it takes, then fine. You're right. I will be around more. And you fucking leave it behind, because let me tell you something, football ain't going to be there for you when you're fucking 75 and you're shitting yourself. Hopefully Gisele will be.
So what if Cuddles came out and said, Anthony, I think this podcast thing, this is it. I think you should stop throwing the towel. I need you to be around to put the kids to bed every 3 nights a week.
Yeah.
So you have to stop. I need you around more. Would you?
But here's the thing. I could do that. I could still do that.
That's what he's saying. I could play and still do that.
But he can't. But by the way, no, I'm not going to get a concussion.
You can't
either. And be pissing myself from doing this podcast. It's a completely different thing.
You don't know yet. We have some new features that we're going to try out.
Also, we're on the come up. We're still trying to build this business, this company, and he's already done it. If in 25 years from now, Cuddles is like, listen, enough of the podcast, I'm done with doing this, then I'll be like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
If we've accomplished everything, if we've had half a career that Tom Brady has had, I would be like, all right, fine. No big deal. Janie's got a super chat that we have to acknowledge. Since Biden's administration, crimes on the border is way up. House prices are way down. Also, sad trucks full of illegals are being abandoned with people dying from being locked in.
That is very sad. That is
very sad.
The trucks.
Can you put Paul's?
Upsetting.
Can you put Paul's comment up next?
It's all sad, but I will say I don't think one year has been worse than the other, when everybody will always try and convince you that this year was worse than last.
Oh,
I just don't think it's
out of control. Yeah, every year. We have that problem all the time.
Yes,
because the left did this
side against the other. It's always one side politicizing it against the other.
Yeah. Because the left did the same thing to Trump, acting like more people.
Before that one. Addressing Janie's comment.
Okay.
There you go. That's the point. He says, this is from Paul. Janie, we are the greatest country on earth, and people are literally dying to get here. That's the point. People.
Was that a joke? Is that a double entendre?
That's true. Once you step
they're literally
onto this land, you're set, because you will get taken care of. You have every opportunity to do something in this country that I hate calling them an illegal immigrant. That they have every chance in the world to do something that they probably couldn't do back at their country.
That's the point. And I didn't even read it as a joke. People are literally dying, and they're trying with everything they've got, because they know that across the border is a better life for them and their family. So, but then you met with a president who's going to build a wall and say, no, back the way you fucking came. It's like, come on, we're all people. I'm sorry, but when you look at it, you just go, these are human beings that are trying to live a life. They're not coming over here to steal our mansions and kidnap. They're coming over here because they need to survive.
Yes, but I do believe that there needs to be
there's definitely got to be a system. Absolutely.
There's got to be a system. There's got to be a vetting, because you know what? Just like how people took advantage 9/11 and caused 9/11, there's going to be people that are going to try to come in through Mexico, because they're going to take advantage of that, and it's going to make it worse for the people that are really trying to come here and make a better life for them and their future generations.
But the difference, the big thing is, you got to understand, is when there are bad people here already, there are bad people
100%.
On the other side already. So getting do whatever vetting you got to do. But if someone has the intent in their mind to do something bad, and it doesn't matter where they're from. They're going to do something. A guy who's grown up and lived, who's born and raised in America can do just as much harm as a guy who moves here. I mean, it's the same.
Oh yeah, because you hear about like these people that have grown up and lived here forever, born here, that start sympathizing with ISIS and all these things. Of course, but at some point there's got to be some kind of a system that's better than what we have, because obviously this is not working.
No, it just causes more fights.
Exactly. And then they politicize it, and we're politicizing human beings.
I agree. And I think another thing, this is another chapter in my book, would be presidents can't have 2 consecutive terms. So they don't spend the last half of their presidency, campaigning. It should always be working. 4 years, you work, or make it 5 years, and then they have to do it. They have to skip a term. You can't do it in a row. And I think that should be the same.
I get that.
I feel like I already said this on the podcast, but it might be the dumbest thing you've ever said.
Why is that the dumbest thing?
It might be the dumbest thing you've ever said.
I get it.
Usually,
I get what he's saying.
Usually, I've lost this show.
You've not lost this show. It's
you never had this show.
Opinions on it.
By the way, I'll get back to Janie's comment, but Jack Me Off said Frankie Cuddles 2024, and then Brian said, "Let's call them Fuddles."
That's good. Fuddles 2024. I'm in.
Because here's the thing: believe it or not, the presidents get a lot of stuff done in that second term when they have nothing to lose. They don't have they have political capital to burn, so they can't get reelected again. So that's when they actually wind up doing a lot of shit.
So maybe we do 1 term. That's it. 1-term presidents.
Listen, I'm not going to say you're crazy.
But it's got to be longer than 4 years. Because
5 years. 5 years at a time.
That's not bad.
Janie wants to know if we can have a call-in joke night contest. I wouldn't hate that.
I'm in for jokes. Everybody likes a good joke.
Yep.
We could give a merch prize to the best joke of the night.
That sounds like a plan.
That's a good idea.
All right. Maybe we'll go together.
Good idea, Janie.
Janie's on fire. We are 65, living a full-time in an RV. Had to sell our house when I became disabled after 21 years as an RN, and the hub 26 years as a Minnesota, Michigan state trooper. I think it's Michigan. Is now back to having to work. Oh, that's unfortunate, Janie. I'm sorry to hear that. But I will say this: have you noticed a lot of people are going like not off the grid, but they're going into RV. They're living in RVs. Like
that's your dream.
I got to tell you something, and Janie, I appreciate all the comments tonight. But I will tell you, that is my dream. I've told my wife I want to get an RV one summer and just the day the kids are done with school, get in it and just drive around. So that's one dream. But the second dream now, and I'm seeing this a lot on TikTok and YouTube, there are people that are like, fuck it. I've had enough. I'm not buying a house. I'm not getting into debt like crazy. I'm not going to buy like a 400. Here's the thing. Because Florida, right? Because the pandemic pushed everybody out of New York and big cities. The housing prices in Florida, you used to be able to get a 5-bedroom mansion in Florida for $150,000. That same house now is $450,000. The wages in those areas, people can't do it. So they're all going into these RVs, right? But they're buying these like baller RVs, like the ones that like people use on tour where the fucking thing comes out, and they're paying RV fees for like $300 a month, right? And they're living these great lives in these great locations.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to hook up to a place for electricity, and I don't want to hook up to a place to, empty out the shitter. I'm sorry.
People are very, I mean, it's not a life for everybody, but there are a lot of people that.
Yeah, but you don't even.
It's great life.
You plug it in now, and you don't even have to think. You don't even fucking think about it anymore.
Yeah,
nothing to do
wrong with it. And then
for some people, it's great.
Can I just say, Cuddles she's damaged because I showed her one of my favorite couples who traveled around the country in a. They didn't have an RV. They had a van that they converted to live in.
Oh God!
And they had to like literally pull out their poop tank, and the guy got it on one episode. And now she's like, "We're never fucking doing this ever."
The most annoying couple on the face of the earth.
They are
and
not.
Two, yes, they are. You be quiet. And two, they just looked like they can't shower for a couple of days at a time, and I can't do that. I can't live in close quarters with Anthony. I just can't.
You need a level between you.
Yeah, we need like a 2-story home. He's upstairs, I'm downstairs, and like when he comes downstairs, I'm gonna go upstairs. Like I can't do that.
Oh, and Janie, feel free not to super chat us. You could just, you don't have to super chat every time you want to say something to us. We'll read your stuff.
No kidding. And gets
the Blackwater tank. That's it.
We appreciate it. We appreciate every
water.
super chat, but I'm just saying.
So nice.
Feel free not to. You don't have to super chat.
Thank you, Janie. Our RV lot rent is $750 a month. Wow, electric is $250 a month.
What the hell?
An RV medium payment is $750. What's a medium payment? Is that supposed to be like a mortgage payment?
The space. Oh no, like the medium you're on. I don't.
She said
I don't
that
know.
No, but that's the rent. You pay the rent.
Yeah,
fee.
that's the rent. I don't know.
Okay, but can I just say this though? I know that's you could say $1,000 is not a lot compared to what some people are paying to live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? True. Like that's not. And here's the other thing. Okay, but this is the other thing that appeals to me.
Oh, medium RV, like the size of it.
Oh, okay. I love the idea of I'm just gonna live over there for a little while now. I fucking love that feeling of like, I'm just gonna go to this state now and live for a while. I just love that. Like a house is
so. You like the idea.
You're fucking here and you're never going anywhere.
What about a houseboat?
No.
Oh, I fucking love a houseboat.
No.
Fucking love a
You don't have
houseboat.
to empty out you don't have to empty out the crapper. You just drop it right in the ocean.
Ew.
Mm-hmm. What
no.
It's like you're on a cruise ship.
Nope.
Just let it go.
Nope. I don't want to go on a cruise ship. I don't want to go on a boat. I'm not squatting.
Nobody's saying squatting.
You have to like squat over a toilet.
I thought you meant squatting in like an abandoned house.
This does not sound appealing to me. I don't.
I would be one of those people that could live on a cruise ship for a year. I don't know. I can't do it my whole life, but if you told me do it for a year, I could do it for a year.
Done. I'm in.
Yeah, I could do it for a year. I just need to switch some shit up every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
I could totally live on I've looked up. My wife and I, we looked up these. They have these crazy cruises that are like, you book it for like months. You could be on the thing literally for months. And they have one. I think they have cruises that go around for a year. They literally go around the world. Yeah, and they just stop at all these different ports. And people, I'm sure, retired people, and they just get on there and they just live it up.
By the way, they're insanely affordable. Like insanely affordable. When you think about what you're paying to live for a year, it is kind of cheaper to live on a cruise ship for a year.
Yeah, Janie says medium payment is for the average RV, not over the top one. Yeah, so the medium payment. That's reasonable. That's good, and it's nothing wrong with that. Sounds like Anthony's envious.
Has no one seen the film Nomadland? I have not.
No.
I know.
No.
If I haven't seen it, Cuddles hasn't seen it.
No.
Frank, you know nothing?
No, haven't seen it. I know of it. I've never seen it.
No, but good news, Paul. We will use your $4.99 super chat to purchase a copy of the movie and watch it. So thanks for that. I appreciate that.
I'm not making that promise.
Let me see.
I have too many like clothes and shoes. Like, where do you put everything?
My wife wants.
Why I want to live in a place like that, Frank.
My wife wants to know if she could live with you, Cuddles, while Anthony and I are living on
100%. She could come, but she's got to stay with my kids because obviously he's leaving and he's not. It's like now he's not doing anything.
It's like you're on tour. You're in a. It's like you're Brady. You're away for a year.
Yeah.
But instead of playing football and earning money, you're on a cruise.
Yeah.
Deal.
She could come live with us. I could always use someone. At least she'd be good to talk to. I could carry a conversation with her. She has something to add.
All right, Kevin, here's a joke. When is the only time you smile and wink at an illegal immigrant? When you're aiming your weapon. Okay, maybe we'll have to rethink
Oh,
what
okay,
I say.
Kevin.
We might have
Okay,
to.
that's a
We
little
might have to
much.
screen. We might have to screen some of these first.
We might have to screen some of them. Paige, we lost our home due to medical bills for our children. They are healthy now, but we lost our marriage under the
Money stress.
The money stress. A decade later, we are still getting back on our feet, but we are still friends. I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm
Paige.
sorry,
Paige.
Paige.
But I'm glad you guys are working it out.
Here's what's unfortunate about that. If this were me, I know that I would have definitely chosen my house and my marriage over my kids. And that's what's so sad about it all to me.
Yeah, someone will take care of your kids.
Like the kids are not worth it. You know what I'm saying?
Someone will look after them.
Me.
You know what's funny, Frank? We have a very conservative friend of ours, to Paige's point. And when the whole universal healthcare thing was coming up, him and I were butting heads about this big time. And this was the exact example that I used, what poor Paige has gone through. Because nobody should have to fucking lose their home or their marriage to fucking keep their kids alive, for Christ's sake.
I agree. You know,
100%.
Dr. Oz, did you hear what he said the other day?
I sleep with cousins? I didn't read the whole article.
No. He was giving some speech, whatever, campaigning. And he said he was going off about like, oh, we should set up. And, you know, part of the speech was, I guess, okay. He was like, I didn't really get, he was like, we could set up, they're like festivals where you do screenings and you do medical stuff. Sounds fine. And then he goes, but good health is not a right in this country. Not everybody has the right to good health. It's like, what?
Why?
You're technically right. You don't have a right to good health. You should have a right to health care. That's two different things.
Well, it's like,
was he playing semantics with words?
No, it was something. It was terrible. I might be paraphrasing, but it was like not everybody. Good health is not a. I forget how he said it, but it was like good health or good health care is not a right. It's like you're a doctor. Someone comes to you.
I don't get that. Like, there's always going to be sick people. We're gonna have cancer. We're gonna have all these things, but that doesn't mean that someone shouldn't get treated, and it doesn't mean they should lose their house, and it doesn't mean that they should go into debt to get treated.
There are countries all around the world that have a working system of universal health care, and for the greatest country in the world to not be able to put that together is upsetting.
Yeah, that always pissed me off too.
Yeah. But there's a lot to say about the government that we have. I don't know if I want all those idiots being in control or making decisions on my medical. There's got to be something that we could do that, like a universal, but not let those morons dictate it.
If it's universal, everything's covered. You go to Canada, they got it figured out somehow. You go up there, you walk in. You don't pay. You just walk in. You get the cure. You walk in. You get treated. That's how it should be.
Yes,
you're sick,
but there
we help
are
you.
people. Yes, but there are people in Canada, and there's a large amount that do also pay extra to have private to help them more because it's just slower. And I understand that we're a huge country. It would be a big undertaking, but there's got to be something we can do.
Yeah,
to help.
That's fine. If you need to pay, if you need personal care, like extra special this, extra special, like you have to come, have people come to your house, set up machines, whatever it is, that's a little different. But to not be able to have your children taken care of, you break a leg and you have to go into debt. It's mind-boggling that you have to decide between eating and living. Like living in a house, or you have it doesn't something's not adding up.
Yeah, but you know what? It also it's universal healthcare. We all have the healthcare, but it's also that these hospitals are like they're a business, and it's ridiculous what they charge for the service that they get. Because let's be realistic, there is not one hospital that you're going to go to that you're going to get an experience. If you're sick or something, you're going to come up and be like, oh my God, they were amazing. It was the best. They're worth the 20, 30,000 that my insurance company, or if I don't have insurance, that I'm going to have to pay them. There's not one, because you're treated like cattle even with insurance. So it's the hospital systems that need to be redone and everything, because it's all for profit.
Look at this. We were making 175 a year, both working full-time. Sorry, thanks, Frank. When it happened, the medical bills of the NICU for 2 drowned us. It was an eye-opener that can really happen to anyone. We feel like, so hey, I mean, you're a upper middle class family making 175K a year. It's not like you were just dogging it at 34. Yeah, that's crazy, Paige. I give you a lot of credit. I give you a lot of credit for still even being here. That's amazing. Good for you.
It shouldn't come down to that. It shouldn't be the way stuff goes down in this country.
Not the most powerful, most wealthy country in the world. It's fucking crazy.
It's unbelievable. We don't have that figured out, or we're just not willing to put it into action.
Exactly, because then we wouldn't need to have all these, raise money for St. Jude's charity. We wouldn't need the charities to raise all this money if we had
everybody gets the care. That's it.
Exactly. No child should ever be denied. No adult should be denied. It's the truth. There has to be something that we could do for everyone.
No, here's what's fucking crazy is a majority of this country doesn't even make what Paige was making when her life got turned upside down.
Of course not.
Half of them will fight you when it comes to universal health care, talking about who's going to pay for it. What the fuck, you crazy? Anybody could have been Paige in this fucking situation, and you're sitting there going, no, the Republicans have it right. We should be fucking. What the fuck are you even talking about? You're fighting against your own interest in that particular scenario. Yeah. I never got that, ever.
Do you know what that is? That is our representatives that we have elected get paid by the lobbyists, and then they say all these things, and it gets into people's heads, and they believe it, and then this is how this happens.
You're right.
You have those people. You have the lobbyists that are funded by all these big pharmaceutical and healthcare companies that they pour money into them, and then you have these people that are elected, and then they start putting all this stuff in, and that's how it happens. And these people believe them, and you want to believe that the people that you elect have your best interest and they know what's right.
They don't.
A lot of the exactly.
Not all the time. A lot of people. There are some good people out there, but another chapter of my book would be lobbying is now illegal. That would be number 1.
Yep.
Day 1. If I ever became president, day 1, no more lobbying. Sorry, find another profession, because you can't control the government with money. I'm sorry, we're not doing that anymore. Your senators, congressmen, whoever they are, they make their salary. That's it. They don't get extra money for siding with this lobbying company or that one, or the gun lobby, the drug lobby, anybody. Sorry, you look out for, you're working for the American people, not for these companies. So when someone gets elected to an office, that you can't, I'm sorry, you're not making extra money on the side. You make your salary, and that's all you get. And you want to make extra money, then you quit. You're no longer working for the government. You do something else. But
listen, am I going to be in this fucking book of yours? You hear a lot of chapters, and
you get an acknowledgement in the back.
Wow.
Feels like
you're in the what not to do section. Don't be like this guy.
All right. We've done a lot of show. We're leaving a lot of topics on the table. You want to go speed round?
Let's do it.
Hit me lightning round.
Go ahead.
All right. Let's see. Phantom of the Opera done. Over. Announced they're going to be closing next year. Not on Broadway anymore.
Longest running show on Broadway.
Really?
It's going. But my wife says it'll be back.
Ever since Cats at the Winter Garden Theater. Remember those?
Oh my God.
By the way, I went to go see Cats with Frank. Yep. Shit. It was the worst torture of my entire life.
Well, we were kids. We were in what, 6th, 7th grade?
It was fucking awful. I heard one lady go, "This is the worst thing I've ever been through, and I've been in a concentration camp." And I'm like, "That's insane." And she goes, "Look at my numbers, bitch." And she was right.
That sounds slightly made up, but I'm not going to fight you on it.
What happened?
I went when we saw it. I remember the only thing I remember from our experience seeing that show is they come into the crowd, the cats, and they dance in front of you, whatever they do, and sit and right in front of us on the we were up in the balcony, the whole class. It was a class trip, and we're sitting there, and this woman cat in a very tight woman cat outfit was dancing right in front of us, and it was like, I don't know, this show's not bad. I could handle this show.
Did she show you her pussy?
Hey, Janine enters the chat.
You know what though? I didn't one of the cats fall. I remember one of them crawling on the stage and fell off the stage a little.
I don't remember that, but
I remember that.
Again, I was busy. I was occupied.
I was busy.
Cats was shit, but honestly, Phantom is a fucking institution. How could it not be on Broadway? That's coming. I'm with your wife. I think it's going to come back.
They can't. It'll be revived. It'll be brought back. That I feel like is Les Mis still around? I don't know.
I don't think so. I think that even stopped too.
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
All these big ones got to stop every now and then.
Take a breather.
Yeah, I think so. Pat Sajak also done says
No way.
Yeah, so he re-upped his deal, and that's supposed to go till 2024. But he just did an interview where he said, "I can't do this for much longer. I'm not going another 40 years," and kind of alluded to the fact that he's not going to make it to the end of that deal. So,
wait, who's about Pat Sajak? Yeah,
Pat Sajak.
So he's not gonna. He's out. Who do you think would host? Who'd make a good wheel host?
Mayim Bialik.
Okay,
What?
That would be hilarious if she jumped over the wheel.
Yeah, I just wanted to know what it would feel like to be a host on E for once, and then just repeat the same shit everybody else does. Yeah, I don't know. I would love for them to get somebody though with a little edge to them. I think that 7 o'clock hour needs a little spice to it.
I agree,
but that's just me. I wonder if Vanna goes at the same time. Could you imagine Vanna with a new guy?
I was just gonna say that. Like, didn't she do it for him?
Did she?
Oh yeah, when he
Didn't
had
she
like
sit in for him?
when he had like cancer and he went out for cancer. She hosted.
How
That's
was
right.
she?
She was fine. She did a good job. Who turned the letters?
Nobody. I think she just went like this.
Nobody was at the board.
No, don't trust. I don't know. I think somebody.
No,
Maybe they might have had
do
somebody
they
else.
even need her then? Does she really even do anything, or is it just like she's like pointing to it and it does it on its own? But it looks like she did it.
Yeah, she touches the screen down this, and that's what flips it.
I preferred when she turned the letters. My number one complaint
I love that.
with that show is they should always have the puzzle on the screen. They always go to the they have the puzzle, then they go back, they cut to the host or to the contestants. But in the corner, the puzzle should always be there. So you're always you can always figure it out. You're waiting for to look at the puzzle. They only look at it when someone says a letter, and it's like just always keep the puzzle there so we could always look at it. If I was directing that show, that's what I would have.
I think Janie's setting up a joke here. What does an 80-year-old have between her breath that an 18-year-old doesn't?
Breath?
Oh.
I don't know if that was supposed to be breast or not.
Breasts? Probably breasts.
This is why this needs to be a call-in segment.
Well, I don't know if her next thing is the answer, but she said LOL Paul. So maybe it's Paul. Is Paul between someone's breasts?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Janie. Oh, okay. It is breasts.
It is breasts.
She confirmed. It is breasts.
Okay, what does it mean?
What is it? What's the answer?
What does an 80-year-old have between her breasts that an 18-year-old doesn't?
I'm going to say her knees or her navel. Okay.
Oh, God.
Very good.
Very good.
Hey,
very
listen.
good.
My boobs are almost there, and I'm not even 80.
Oh, will you stop it? She acts like she's the oldest person on the planet, this one.
Oh, God.
I'll take it. Hold on. I realized I didn't fucking write anything else down on the topic.
Because you're unprepared.
Man.
Give me a second here. Let me see if we got anything else.
Why don't you tell your friend what I'm doing for you for your birthday?
Ooh. What do we got?
So I'm reluctant to talk about this, but I do want to give Cuddles
now
credit.
It's happening. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Are you getting nachos for the table?
For the table. For the table.
Good.
Should we order some for the table?
I told her. Now we all know, being the greatest husband on the planet, I took her away for a weekend on her birthday. Her 40th birthday was a big deal. It was a huge undertaking. It took a lot out of me. Almost damn near killed me. But I did it anyway.
Because you had to give an effort. That's why.
I give effort. So I am also celebrating a birthday this year. Not my 40th, though. Far younger than my wife.
You're a liar.
And
Anthony and I are 10 days apart.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
no, but I don't really particularly love celebrating my birthday. I don't really care about it. And I said to my wife, I go, I absolutely do not want you to return the favor. I don't want a party. I don't want a fucking celebration. I'm just not into it. I know people call me a curmudgeon. Your Frank's already judging me. I can see it in his fucking face.
Not at all. People want what they want for their birthday.
It's just not
but you want a brand new. You wanted a very nice laptop.
The old
nice.
studio here needs an upgrade in the computer department, and that's going to be quite costly. So I like.
That's a great idea.
The new ones come out around my birthday. It just makes a lot of sense. We'll make that the whole birthday thing.
Happy birthday, Sharon. Today is her 39th birthday.
Oh,
happy
Sharon.
birthday.
Sharon loves ice cream. Happy birthday.
I will also be 39 this year, despite what you've read on the internet.
Right. Is Sharon
39
having
+1.
ice cream for her birthday?
And what is your favorite flavor?
That would be nice.
Yeah.
By the way, people love the ice cream talk. If you do love that, I can keep going because I got more ice cream thoughts.
I can always talk ice cream.
Ice cream is fucking ice cream right now, to be honest with you.
Oh,
good
stuff.
Yeah, I'm with Paul. Let's boycott Anthony's birthday. Anyway, so as it turns out, there was a lot of good to what Cuddles did, but there was a little bit of sadness because I realized today that we are 40 days away from
a little less 40 counting the day of your birthday.
Okay. So she gave me a gift this morning, which I'm not going to say what it is.
I think I could tell you.
Come on.
If Janine was here, she'd tell you what it was.
No, I gave him a belt.
It was a dildo.
It was
one. No, it was not. No, it was not.
Dildo
Stop
called a jackhammer.
No, it was not.
It's nice.
And the note said later on, big boy.
Is it one of those kinds of things a day for the next 40 days?
And she wrote in the card that she's going to have a gift for me every day for the next 40 days. Which honestly caught me
for real? Did I guess that?
A little emotional. Yeah. No, you got it right.
Wow. But it's dirty. Every one of them is dirty.
No, there's not one that's dirty. Nothing. Nothing. Don't get any ideas.
Right. But 40 presents?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, but now, and I told him in this, they're not all going to be presents. They're going to be things that make the kids and I think about him, things that he likes, and things that he said that he loves, that he just, it's just 40 days of Anthony.
Yeah. Now, that Frank, you know this. What do I love more than a blowjob? I mean, anything? Do you love anything more than that?
That's not on the 40 days, so don't get any ideas.
A reach around? I don't know.
Listen,
what do you I don't know.
Who mentioned that in the French chat?
but I have to say, I have to give her credit. I don't like anything big, and she found a way to go big, but not annoying, not be annoying about it.
Why would that be why is that annoying? Well, the bigger the better.
A big hoopla, and I got to stand there, and people got to fucking sing.
But that's huge. 40 days of presents. That's
huge, right? But they're like
Hanukkah times 5.
I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming a lot of them are little, but they're all very well. I'm assuming they're all well thought out too.
Yes.
That to me, she found the loophole in my extreme demands, and I give her a lot of credit for that. I thought that was a stroke of genius.
So today was day 1?
Yes, today was
and it was
day
the
1.
laptop?
No, today was a belt. He needs a belt.
His
belt is falling apart.
So that's nice.
And I got him a belt.
40 presents. Now, are you currently in possession of all 40 presents?
No, because not all of them are physically something to give to him.
Hand job.
And I am not wrapping any of them. So if I have something,
hard to wrap a beach.
I'm putting it, I'm writing something on a piece of paper and like, here you go.
Put a bow on that ass of yours there. Beautiful.
Hey-o.
He's such an asshole. He's so stupid. No, there is nothing, absolutely nothing sexual about any of these 40 gifts. And
well, that's disappointing. Now I don't want it. What's the fucking point?
You ruined the whole thing.
You're ruining
like,
it.
This is like a well thought out who my husband is, what he likes, what he needs, but he never buys himself because he is very selfless when it comes to the kids and I. And that's what I want.
Can I tell you that blowjob qualifies for that as well?
Okay.
I think every 10th present should be something like that. It should be something dirty. I'm trying to help you out, Ed.
Thanks, but I appreciate it. I see where you're going. I see the play developing. I appreciate it.
Every 20th, so twice. You get two, the 20th and the 40th.
Hey, listen, I offered to give him a hand job this morning. He was
that is also true. That was true. That was very, very true.
Down.
I had to take a shit at the time. I had to take a shit. I got the morning shit, and
I think we've officially gotten to the too much information portion of the show. I don't need to know everything that goes on.
Yeah, hold on. Now Willie has a great idea for the next T-shirt: hand jobs for Aunt. I think that's great.
That is great.
I'd buy that shirt and wear it around the house.
I've seen worse T-shirts. I wouldn't wear this one.
Hold on, Brian's on the right track. Bacon and a BJ. There's nothing wrong with that. A little sandwich.
I did buy bacon at the butcher.
Bacon makes everything better.
I'll tell you what. Okay, that's one of those things, Frank, where you get you don't craft beer better when it's made like by like a local little brewer than like fucking Budweiser. Okay. You can go on and on at some of those things. The cupcakes. Okay, sure, like Entenmann's makes a cupcake, but a fucking homemade bakery cupcake, so much better. Bacon, I didn't realize. Skip the bacon in the supermarket, the Oscar Mayer bacon. You go to your local butcher and say, give me some bacon. Oh my God, it's like it's a beautiful thing.
Well, because you can get it however thick you want. It's nice and fresh. They slice it right there.
This is amazing.
I used to do that. I used to have to cut up bacon every now and then.
Did you really at the butcher?
Mm-hmm. It was terrible too. I don't want to ruin bacon for people, but it was just a gross aspect to it that I won't get into.
Please don't.
Okay.
Yeah, please don't.
It'll ruin bacon for you. So I won't ruin it for you.
What about 40 days and 40 nights of hand jobs like Jack Me Off suggests? And he would know, but who would know better than Jack Me Off?
Jack Me Off is the connoisseur here.
Yeah.
No, that's a no. We're hearing no.
Yeah.
I'm here for hand jobs merch instead of I'm here for cuddles.
That is pretty. I mean, can you walk around with something like that?
He hasn't said a bad thing yet, Jack.
I can't wear that to work, but
where do you work is the thing.
I work with kids.
No, then you can't wear that. Yeah, it depends on where you work. If you work on a street corner, then yeah, you could probably wear that.
Yeah.
I thought it was very touching, and I can't wait to see what the next few days brings.
That's nice. So when do these presents, like as soon as you wake up, you get the present?
No, not necessarily.
She forewarned me they will not all be in the morning.
Yeah, they're not.
Okay, so that's a dinner. Dinner is you're gonna get like your favorite meal. I think I can guess some of these presents.
I will return that day. That dinner is not a gift.
What?
That took out half the presents.
I require a dinner every day. That can't be part of it.
You require a dinner every day?
I have to eat. I'll die.
Yeah, but a special.
We could only hope.
Ooh.
Now you're not going to get anything.
You probably wish I do die before this fucking thing comes to an end.
No, because then I'm out a lot of money because I have a lot of things hiding all around the house.
Is it true that days 35 through 40 are all returnable? Is that why you did it that way?
No, they're not returnable. Actually, okay. I have every single day planned out. I have been planning this since my birthday, and I have everything planned out.
I have a feeling that at least 5 of these were dinners.
Maybe the smart move. I love to eat.
Yeah, but it's different because it's things that he likes that I know he likes to eat. So
Look at this. I'm guessing
things.
I'm ruining all your birthday presents for you.
I don't care. He's lucky he's getting it.
All right, a couple more lightning rounds here. Sublime
ahead.
biopic in the works. I'm so excited.
Thank
for
God. It's about time. What were they waiting for?
I can't say just because it's not Metallica. Let me tell you something. Metallica will never have a biopic ever.
They've had like 8 of them.
A biopic? No.
It's the same shit. Well, documentaries.
Documentary.
Okay, go ahead. Next topic.
Donald Trump is
Who will play the lead singer of Sublime? No,
I don't know. I think it should be the guy from Breaking Bad.
Here's the guy from the main. What's his name?
The younger guy, Jesse, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Donald Trump is going to attend the Queen's service here in America. We still don't know if he's going over to.
He's not. He wasn't.
Why would he go there? He's not a president.
Is he not? Well, because all the former presidents go. Is he not? Because I heard that they were leaving it up to the Bidens, and now maybe they were going to switch that and not leave it up to them. You know what
I heard? I could be wrong here. I could have misread this, but I heard that all the former presidents are staying here, and just Biden's going over.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure. I don't even think he should go to that one. He shouldn't be allowed to go to any ceremonial anythings. Being a guy who tried to overthrow the government. That's just me.
Jack me off. Dinner combo, a handy under the table. A handy, for the table.
That's good. No.
That is good.
Okay, I forgot to bring this up before with the Queen. This is some move. David Beckham, the soccer star, waited in line with all the other schmucks to go see the Queen.
Oh, I would wait
stood
right
there
next
for hours.
There is not a guy more fuckable in that country right now than David Beckham, because he's like, I'm a hot rich guy. I'm gonna fucking be here with all the commoners, and my stock's just gonna rise, and that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
So I wonder if there are anybody like any celebrities in the crowd that are under the radar kind of thing, like trying to just stay in line. I mean, was he the only one spotted?
He was.
Where's Elton?
I don't know where Elton is. Good question.
Where's Sir Elton John?
I bet you he performs. He performed at Diana's, didn't he?
He already performed something. I don't know exactly where, but he did perform something to the Queen.
Well, he was doing a show, and he dedicated a song to her at a show.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah. You know what I love when the celebrities sneak around like that is in Star Wars. They say that shit happens a lot, where there's a celebrity that wants to be a stormtrooper. They put the whole thing on. You don't know who they are.
Yeah, Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper, and what's his name? Who's the singer, redhead kid, maybe American Idol. I'm not 100% sure on that. Ed Sheeran. He was one of them. He was a stormtrooper. I don't know of anybody else, but those are the two big ones that I read.
That's it. That's all I got. We're out of topics.
Those were good topics.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think we solved a lot of world problems.
We should send this episode to our local government. And
hey, listen, we're doing your job.
We got this figured out.
Yeah.
We have at least some of it.
At least some of it. We don't have it all the way. I'm sure there's.
We have the base. They can build off of us.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what? I think we're onto something, and if we can just if someone watching this episode right now has any kind of influence in the government, maybe you bring it up at the next meeting.
Believe you me, Frank, they're watching.
They're watching? No, that's good.
They're watching.
All right, good for them. As long as they like and subscribe and become members, that's good stuff.
There you go.
I got to say thank you to everybody in the. Did you do this yet?
No, I was going to do it right now.
Liar.
Jumpstart Coffee Company, sponsor the episode, proud sponsor of the podcast. They are the best.
They are.
100%.
This is the David Beckham of coffee.
Right?
Yeah. Good. I like that.
It's better when it's hot.
Steamy.
I don't.
Save 50% when you purchase the best coffee in the world with the promo code AOA15.
And you'll like the way it's served. Beckham.
Ooh.
He's not a tennis player. He's a soccer player.
Don't they serve in soccer?
I don't know.
It'll give you a kick And that's the goal.
Oh, there you go.
Right.
I got the new medium dark roast blend right here that I'm showing off to everybody with those tasting notes of milk chocolate, dried fruit, and light smoke.
Oh, I love that.
Wonderful.
Love it.
Have you tried it yet?
No, I've been savoring it.
I
No, we haven't
have.
tried this one.
No, I
did
thought we
you?
tried that one.
No, we opened up the dark roast that we got.
Oh, that
Medium
was
dark.
good too.
We got that
Smell.
upstairs too. The medium dark. We gotta throw that in the pot.
Love it.
Good stuff. Get your orders in and do the subscribe and save. They send it to you. You don't even have to think about it. You need 1 bag a month. They'll send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
I love
50%
that.
goes right to charity, to the Navy SEAL Foundation.
Navy SEAL Foundation.
I
But try
love
this.
that.
Get this new flavor. Try it. I want to know what everybody thinks of the new flavor because I feel like I'm riding right now. I feel like Jumpstart is that fucking hot dice roller at the tables right now. Every fucking roll is good. Every coffee blend has been fantastic. And I think we're going to hit it big on this one right here. I think this is going to be the big one right there.
They know what they're doing over there.
They sure do. They sure do. All right, I still don't have the music thing, so we got to just end the show awkwardly.
No. I got the music. Don't worry about
You got to do it?
If you want me to play it, I'll play it. Eventually.
Just let's go with some dignity. Oh, there you
No,
go.
never.
Okay.
Go with dignity. Come on. Become a member. Got the join button below on YouTube.
Yes.
It's there's 3 different levels. We got a lot of members in the chat. Check out the ones with the symbols next to their names. They're all members. You get special perks. You get little icons you could throw in the chat. You get to tell us where to go with the show. Direct us a little bit.
Look, bend it
What?
like Jumpstart.
That's
You remember
nice.
the movie Bend It Like Beckham? Oh,
Hell
good
yeah.
one, Jack Me Off. Oh, I hate saying that.
You guys are awesome. Again, appreciate the love in the chat and the comments. Good or if you side with us or not. We
How
for all
about
comments?
Let's hear it for Janie, for Paige. Big shares tonight. I appreciate
Thank
them.
you.
Yeah, you
Janie,
guys
all
are
the
awesome.
Super chats. So nice.
You guys
Love
rock.
it.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see how much time is left on this song.
You play the too long
Wait,
version.
where's the other woman?
Which?
The Thrapple woman.
Bird?
Oh, no bird
Yeah.
sighting tonight.
Oh.
We were on bird watch.
Maybe she's out on a double date.
Get a girl.
She
Setting
goes
up
out
that
by
next
herself. Is that a double date? If there's 2 people there, I don't even know how it works.
I don't get how that works.
I
But
don't know.
again, share the video too. That helps us out. Share, thumbs up, all good stuff. Get other people to watch.
Yes.
Show me potato salad. I think we should go now. Go ahead.